How to emotionally deal with someone based off their moon sign. Aries moons. You better be on your P's and Q's with the Aries moons, because when they're ready to talk, they're ready to talk right now. Do not wait for anybody. Do not take to heart anything that an Aries moon says in the heat of the moment. They will most likely be over it in an hour. They're feeling strongly. Their emotions are explosive. They outwardly express it like that. If you can be someone to put out that fire and not take things so personally, you're solid. Taurus moons, you guessed it, they need patience. Taurus moons take a little bit longer to process things, especially their emotions. Buttering them up is the way to go. Cook them a nice meal, cozy up with them, and watch a nice movie on the couch. Create a safe space, but also give them actual space as well. Don't be so pushy with things. You better come correct to a Taurus moon. If you're confronting something, come correct with the bullet points, because they can be very stubborn and it's very hard to shift their stubbornness. Gemini moons are prone to overthinking, anxious thinking. Their minds are like a hamster wheel. In terms of their emotions, they intellectualize their emotions as well. So they're not the most emotional people. If you're coming to a Gemini moon with extreme emotions, they're like, approach them in a mature manner, speaking very maturely as well, giving reasons as to why you feel the way that you feel, and giving them space to explain why they feel the way they feel as well, because they're going to intellectualize it. Maybe relate something back to a movie that you watched, or put on playlists that you feel like can relate to how they're feeling. That definitely opens up their emotions. Cancer moons, opposite than Gemini moons. You can approach them in a very emotional manner. They'll probably respect that. You approach them being emotional and very vulnerable, it allows them to come out of their crab shell and also be that with you, emotional and vulnerable. Cancer moons are low-key emo. They can appreciate when someone else is emo as well. It makes them feel like they're not alone, that they're not crazy, and the depth that they feel. Similar to Taurus moons, create that safe space, butter them up with like a nice meal or something, and you got them in the bag. Leo moons, approaching a Leo moon is putting them on that pedestal that they love to be on. Leo moons get really hurt when they weren't thought about in a certain situation. It's hard for them to understand how other people feel if other people didn't react how they would react, because how they think is, well, I feel this way, so you should feel that way. Or I would do something like this, so why didn't you do it like that? Understanding a Leo moon is understanding that in childhood they either didn't receive any attention at all or received way too much attention. So in adulthood, they kind of expect or crave the attention, the approval from other people. They take things really personally. So even if something wasn't a big deal to you, it could definitely be a big deal to them, and you just have to understand why that is. Kind of walk through them. A lot of patience is needed for a Leo moon. Kind of hold their hand and explain the situation at hand. Make it a point that you're not ignoring and disregarding their feelings. Virgo moons. Virgo moons are very hard on themselves. They're very critical of themselves. They're also very prone to anxious thinking as well. Their mind is similar to the Gemini moons, like a hamster wheel. A lot of reassurance is needed for a Virgo moon. A lot of helping them calm down their anxious thoughts. A lot of reiterating and re-saying probably the same things over and over again. They're also very attracted to a calm, cool, and collected type of person, because if you're approaching them with a lot of anxiety or heightened emotions and they're that ready, it's like fighting fire with fire. It's gonna get nowhere. Don't really like confrontation, they will shut down. Or if you push them to the edge, they will murder you with their words. Don't do that. Libra moons prioritize harmony, peace, what's fair, you know, the stereotypical words for Libra. They're also not the most confrontational type of people. They are very self-sacrificing. They prefer having just peace in general and the peace of other people, and they will sacrifice their own peace for that. So creating a space for a Libra moon that makes them feel okay for them to express their feelings, because expressing their feelings doesn't equate to a huge blowout, a huge fight, someone leaving them. Once you help them realize that they don't have to self-sacrifice how they're feeling for their outward environment, that this is a safe space, they will open up completely. They also like when people approach them in a mature manner. If they feel like there's some type of power dynamic happening, they just shut down. They're like, this is going nowhere because it's already off balance. Libra, you know, is represented by the scale, and this doesn't mean that they are the scale. It means that they are constantly searching for that balance. Leveling with them is the way to go. Scorpio moons, this is an extremely intense moon sign. You guys have to understand that. They feel to the depths of hell. You probably cannot understand to the depths that they feel unless you have Scorpio placements or a moon in the 8th house. They're feeling everything all at once through different realms and realities. Loyalty is very important to them. They have probably experienced betrayal from a young age. If they are feeling some type of betrayal coming their way, they are the Scorpion. They're getting ready to sting. So definitely don't be someone who takes things personal when it comes to approaching a Scorpio moon. A lot of them are on defense. It's also hard for Scorpio moons to be vulnerable. Similar to the Cancer moons, if you're approaching them and you're kind of emo, they can appreciate that because they are also emo themselves. You being more vulnerable, like telling secrets to them that you never told anyone before, they'll, kind of bring their walls down and be like, okay, maybe I can trust you because you trust me so much. Sagittarius moons, this is completely opposite than the Scorpio moon. If you are approaching a Sagittarius moon with extreme emotions, they shut down. They're like, yeah, this is not it for me. They're very philosophical in how they process things. They're not the most emotionally driven people. Their drive is based off of passion and their philosophies on life. You better be ready to debate with a Sagittarius moon. It can be very black and white in how they perceive emotions. They are willing to hear you out if you're approaching them with very philosophical mindset, something that they haven't thought of before, something that expands their mind, something that's intriguing to them. Being explorative and adventurous with the Sagittarius moon is also another way that can help bring their walls down. If you're really trying to get a Sagittarius moon to be vulnerable with you, maybe just take them out on a spontaneous night or something. Help them let loose and have fun and know that you are someone that they can be that with. They don't like when people take life too serious. They don't like when people are too emotional. Capricorn moons, similar to the Sagittarius moons, they don't like when people are too emotional. If you're approaching a Capricorn moon with extreme emotions, they just shut down at first because it also takes Capricorn moons a very long time to process their emotions, probably the most time out of all the earth signs. If you're approaching a Capricorn moon like, we need to talk about this right now, you're gonna really catch them off guard. And they're just gonna, one, either shut down, or two, just say something completely out of left field that they do not even mean. Patience is key with the Capricorn moon, and I'm talking a lot of patience, giving them a lot of time, proving that you are a safe space for them. You definitely need a calm, cool, collected type of person, someone who doesn't take things too personal. And then you're going to see the emotional side of Capricorn moons, because Capricorn is the sister sign of Cancer. Yes, they feel a lot. No, you're not going to see it right away. You also have to understand a lot of Capricorn moons in childhood either always had to put their feelings on the back burner because they had things that they had to do, people that they had to take care of, or just generally weren't shown warmth and affection. So in adulthood, it is very hard for them to give that and also receive that from other people. Patience is key. Aquarius moons, similar to the Gemini moons, they intellectualize their emotions. They also do not like when people are very explosive, very emotional, off rip. They're like, ugh, ick. They're not super emotionally driven, but they do have the tendency of suppressing their emotions a lot, and this is very important to understand. A lot of Aquarius moons were probably raised in a way that was like, don't cry over spilled milk. There's bigger problems out there, and there's a lot more people who are dealing with way more things. Your problems are nothing. As an adult, like, oh, this is nothing. Let me just not feel it. Or this is happening because of X, Y, and Z. So approaching an Aquarius moon with a lot of reasonings in a mature manner is very important. Like genuinely just sitting down and talking to them as a friend. Whether you're their friend, their partner, their parent, their sibling, talk to them as a friend about emotional manners every single time. Pisces moons are very emotional beings. This is something that you have to understand. They feel a lot, they cry a lot, feeling what other people are feeling, and then they're crying about it. It's okay to be emotional with the Pisces moon. They actually prefer that. They actually take a lot of offense when people aren't emotional with them. They're like, wait, why are you crying? So it's okay to be emotional with Pisces moons. By doing so, you're creating a safe space for them. Validating all the emotions that they feel is really, really important for Pisces moons. It's really all that they need, to be honest. Just validating that they are seen, heard, and understood. Pisces moons also do tend to play victim a lot. This is because they can drown in their emotions. Being someone who helps ground them, bring them back to life, bring back up to earth is really, really helpful. Not by invalidating what they feel, helping them realize that they're not the only person in the world who's feeling this way.